Don't be so locked into one form factor of your business that you lose sight of the real purpose of your efforts, to anticipate and to serve the needs of customers more broadly. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Puzzle Creative YouTube channel for escape room owners. We've identified what we believe to be the three most common causes of failing escape room businesses: lack of innovation, lack of professionalism, and lack of scale. Now, we'll unpack professionalism and scale in future videos, but today, let's focus on what we believe to be the number one root cause of failing escape room businesses: lack of innovation. In the past couple of years, we've seen that the most common failure blueprint goes something like this. Escape room owners run out of willpower to run the business, and this is typically caused by a lack of sufficient profit to pay themselves or their staff very well. So they don't have managers to run the business, and they also don't get rewarded to run it themselves. Lack of profit could be the result of expenses being out of control, but it rarely is. Instead, the issue is almost always a lack of sales volume, and that in turn is often caused by an unremarkable product. And of course, an unremarkable product, well, that's the hallmark of a company that lacks innovation. So how do you know if your company is innovating or not? Here are 5 signs that you might be falling behind on innovation. The first sign is you haven't felt nervous about running out of cash in a long time. Now pause for a minute. We're not talking about perpetually running low on cash. When you step out and try something innovative, it usually results in this temporary gap or dip in cash as a result of an intense financial investment in a new project. So if you haven't felt nervous about running out of cash in that way for a while, it might be a sign that you're not innovating. If you find yourself in a place where you want to see your business grow, but you're not willing to take some calculated financial risk, here's my advice to you. Beware of wanting more without being willing to increase the amount you have at risk. All right, so the second sign you might not be innovating is all your people leave at closing time. This is a sign that your team has no buy-in. You see, people want to be part of something that's new and exciting, and they will stay late to get work done if they feel energized by it. Make sure that you're creating a vision that's large enough and an environment that's creative enough that a whole team of people can find their place in it. The third sign you might not be innovating is you haven't worked hard to meet a real deadline in more than a year. Now, by real deadline, I mean a deadline that holds you accountable to the public. Something like announcing the opening date of a new escape room and then selling tickets for that day well in advance of even being done with the build out. Without this kind of public accountability, new build projects will just go on and on and on. You really only step up when there's pressure to perform, so we always use this method to set deadlines. And we think of these as project sprints, where we work very, very long hours for a few weeks at a time to knock out an enormous amount of work in a short time period. Without these, we found that innovative projects just don't get done. The fourth sign you might not be innovating is you haven't taken on a project that's tested the limits of your knowledge and skills in the past year. You see, a company's revenue mirrors the collective skills of everyone in the company. So if you want your sales to grow, the pathway is through skill development. Skill development starts with identifying areas of weakness or ignorance, which can be absolutely terrifying. So often people avoid developing new skills because it makes them feel uncomfortable. Sometimes it's fear of failure or fear of feeling dumb. But anytime you feel that, ask yourself this: is there actually something frightening, or am I just afraid? Is there really any danger here, or am I just afraid for some reason? The final sign that you might not be innovating is you haven't thought about how to develop a product or service that would put your current company out of business. It might seem strange, but this is an important activity as a business owner. In the book Originals by Adam Grant, he describes a situation where the CEO of Merck Pharmaceuticals calls in the executives of the company and he asks them to do something crazy. Quote, he asked them to do something radical: generate ideas that would put Merck out of business. For the next 2 hours, the executives worked in groups, pretending to be one of Merck's top competitors. Energy soared as they developed ideas for drugs that would crush theirs and key markets that they had missed. Then their challenge was to reverse their roles and figure out how to defend against these threats. This kill the company exercise is powerful because it reframes a gain-framed activity in terms of losses. When deliberating about innovation opportunities, the leaders were not inclined to take risks. When they considered how their competitors could put them out of business, they realized that it was a risk not to innovate. The urgency of innovation was apparent. Now, there's another great book called Marketing Myopia by Theodore Levitt that outlines this cautionary tale that comes from the railroad industry. He says this, quote, "Railroads got pummeled because they saw themselves in the railroad business instead of the transportation business. Hollywood film companies got pummeled by TV companies because they saw themselves in the movie business and not the broader entertainment business. Being customer-oriented means staying watchful for opportunities to use your technical know-how to create customer-satisfying uses. So don't be so locked into one form factor of your business that you lose sight of the real purpose of your efforts, to anticipate and to serve the needs of customers more broadly. And don't be slow to act. The gradual but relentless creep of time is powerful enough to erode businesses all by itself. Innovation is the antidote to both of these." How to run an innovative escape room business is something we will be talking about in great detail at PuzzolCon 2025. In fact, one of the presentations that I'll be giving is about how you need to see your escape room business as two companies in one to accomplish this goal. So if you're interested in learning more about how to do this yourself, be sure to register for PuzzolCon. It's going to be a huge investment in your own skill development. The link is in the description below. We hope to see you there, and for more content like this, please like and subscribe.